Spring is in the air, and today we're going to talk about cost-effective things you can do to your home to make it more valuable and sellable in the market. The Den, powered by the Lions Group, a show that explores trending topics in real estate, entrepreneurship, and personal growth. We're a small team of professionals with over $400 million in sales and nearly 2,000 successful transactions. You're listening to time-tested experts and industry leaders. Here's a refreshing look at real estate happenings and more. Welcome to The Den. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of The Den. And today we're going to be talking about spring selling and what you can do to your home to improve the value, the sellability, the overall appeal. But before I get to that, let me introduce my friends, my partners, my co-hosts, the fellow members of the Lions Group. To my right, Paul, Hammy the Rockberry, Aspen, the Ninja Gruen and the Boss, Shannon Martin Martinez. My name is Ben Hopper. Lions. Have you seen that new movie come out? The lady, she like Avatar.
I wanted to see it, but I didn't know it was out yet.
Yeah, it's coming. Well, maybe it's out Friday. She like avatars into a, what is that thing called? Like a marmot or a
what?
Like a little animal.
Like a little whistle pig.
Yeah, whistle pig.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so she avatars into it, and then she's an animal, and so that's Hopper. Yeah, that's me, Hopper Spring. Yeah, I should run these by.
It looks
Paul.
pretty funny though.
Yeah, I should run these by Paul. So spring is in the air. Today, we just want to give some insight to what are some of the things you could do as a homeowner to improve your sellability, your value, your overall appeal of your home if you're going to put it on the market. And we've got some great little tips that we can share with you today. So Aspen, I'm going to kick it off with you. Do you have a thing or two that you think would really help the appeal that doesn't cost a lot of money, but what a homeowner can do to help the sellability of their property?
I mean, we say it all the time, clean, clean, clean. If something is cleaned really well and you can tell it's been taken care of that's one thing you can't hide. If a house has been neglected, you can just tell. So keeping up with the little things as they come up. But so we've said that a million times. I was thinking one of the biggest things that I think like makes the biggest difference right when you're walking in, touching up the paint. If you have, I got this whenever I was looking at my cabinets because we're doing our spring cleaning and some of the paint has rubbed off on the top. And I'm like, man, as soon as I touch that up, it looks like a new place. Everything feels nice and clean and fresh. You know, you walk by your wall with something and you dinged it. Just touching up the paint and keeping it up really makes everything look nicer. Same for outside, inside, just looks nice and fresh.
What do you think happens if you don't do that? What do buyers think?
They just say, oh, okay, that's something I have to fix. Oh, okay, that's something I'm going to have to do. They don't want to look and see, okay, I need to do this and this and this, because they're already thinking about the moving process in itself is hard. It's a lot of work and you don't want to.
Daunting.
Yeah, exactly.
And not only that, even if they're not saying it or even outright thinking it, it's that mental notes they're taking in the back of their head. The house feels dirty. The house looks
it's
dirty.
A little dingy.
It's dingy. Yeah. It's run down. Exactly. It's deferred maintenance. They feel that when you walk in the door and there's like, you know, all around the door, there's fingerprints and there's the base spots that run along the side of the door. That is such a disgusting thing. You don't see it, but somebody else touching your door, it's the first thing they notice. And that when they're walking in the door and that's the first thing they see, it sets the tone in their mind. Subconsciously, they are walking into a house that has not been taken care of, that has not been kept clean.
Yeah, we see it.
You feel
for sure.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a whole stack of wet wipes in my vehicle.
Yeah, like outlets.
Yeah.
Because people don't think to clean your outlets.
Yeah, wipe it down.
Wipe it down. Yeah. Touch it up if you need to. It just looks so much better.
Yeah.
And just for like living in it as well. If you keep up with these things, it's not bad. I know where my kids, they run around our hallway and then they're going up the stairs and they always grab the edge of it and then they run up with their hand up the wall. So I know like
there's always
once a week, I just have to like wipe down because if I didn't, it would just be a grime streak up the wall because it's just living in it. It's not anything bad or gross or weird. It's just you have to clean it.
It sets somebody's mind up. It makes them feel it's dingy or they don't want to touch things. It's dirty.
Yeah.
It's not welcoming.
I'm very much like that. I don't like when things are like that. So I'm like, I notice it instantly.
Because there's a difference when you walk into somebody's house and you just kind of walk through and you don't want to touch anything, and other ones where you kind of want to have a sit at the table and look around and imagine yourself
open
there.
the cabinet.
That's what you want your buyer doing.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot to be said about that. And I tell people sometimes, I'm like, I can judge a house on whether I can take a nap on the couch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if I feel that comfortable where I can nap on your couch, like you've done a wonderful job with your home, your decor, the way it feels. Shannon, what are some of your thoughts? Like what's a really cost-effective thing beyond what Aspen just mentioned that you think would help the appeal of a homeowner that just listed their market?
So
their home.
Coming out of winter, obviously everything's dirty. I agree with clean. And so a different aspect on that, I think, is I say that when you first walk up to the door, the way that the house feels, we really do you need to put a lot into how people feel when they walk into your house. But when you get up to the front door, and especially coming off of winter, there's cobwebs in all the corners, there's piles of leaves in all the nooks and crannies. Your old pots from last fall are still sitting out there. Freshen it up. A fresh coat of paint on the door, or even just washing your front door is so incredibly important.
Pull the weeds.
Yeah. Like all those things. When you first come up, that first impression just feels really good. So I say, wash your front door. Sweep up all your patio area, get your hose out, take care of all the cobwebs that are in the corners, make sure everything's nice and tidy. That kind of cleaning too goes a long way for that first impression. The leaves from last fall are still all over the yard.
And there's cobwebs and stuff all over the light out front.
Yeah, it feels like work. It feels like work to a buyer, just to prune the trees, get some water going, put some fresh pots of flowers out on there. That curb appeal is huge.
It's big, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and I'm a big proponent of like, if you haven't done this and you're preparing to go to market, like hire someone, a landscaper or somebody to come in, clean your, touch up your bushes. They'll trim them the right way. They'll cut the bushes to proportion. They'll trim the branches the right way. They'll clear out all of those leaves. If you don't have time or the knowledge to do it, because trust me, I've tried to trim the bushes before and the trees, and they just don't look right.
We're having someone come today.
Yeah. I mean, it is really such a powerful thing for someone to be able to see what the yard looks like, even in the winter months, coming out of the dormant winter into the spring.
People are paying a lot of money to buy a house. They want it picture perfect. Unless you're buying a fixer upper, they're buying their home where they're going to bring their kids to and their family to, and they're going to show off to everybody. And, it makes a big difference. Some people will still buy the rundown house and say, I'm going to do the work. But the majority of people want to walk up and say, I'm home.
And it's like, we're not saying put in new carpet.
No.
But maybe rent a carpet cleaner.
Yeah.
And, just do it a little bit more cost effective. Yeah. We understand people cannot afford to update everything. Like just touch up the paint on the cabinets where, it's came off a little bit. Wipe down the baseboards. Those kind of things clean out underneath the cabinets, because people open up cabinets and stuff.
Yeah.
Give it a good wipe down.
Yeah.
Just clean.
Clean.
Just looks good.
Clean. One of the things I was thinking about too is, and this is really still very cost effective, is sometimes you drive up to a home, a really nice home, and they have these itty bitty exterior sconces, right? They just aren't commiserate of their house. Or maybe they're sconces that are older. Like our sconces, even 10 years old now, they've faded. They look old and kind of rusty. In fact, Ron and I were just talking about like we're probably going to have to replace our sconces or have them touched up, have them painted, and put all new lights in them just to give it that look. But if you have 3 or 4 sconces on the outside, that's not a lot of money,
right? To
go buy a few new sconces that are maybe a little bit bigger, depending on your home. And have those installed by an electrician. An electrician can come out and do that in 2 hours.
New ceiling fans. They're not that expensive. You can get a new ceiling fan for like $100. It's not cheap.
And there's nothing worse than when all the fan blades are drooping.
Yep. Like just those little things. Yeah. It does make a difference. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to get the nicest, newest, most expensive one, but change your light bulbs. Like make sure you don't have dead lights all over. The little stuff. But the thing is it's expensive if you do it all at once.
Right.
But if you are like spreading it out and you're just keeping up with the maintenance of your house, maybe it's, $100 or $200 every month. And you slowly kind of do it.
You chip away at it. Yep. Stay up on it.
Hi, I'm Shannon, a partner at the Lions Group. We're dedicated to making your real estate experience the best it can be. If you're looking to buy or sell, go to sjcbroker.com and watch our informational video series. These videos break down the process and shed some light on buying or selling. While you're there, schedule a private consultation with one of our partners. We'd love to sit down, talk strategy, and give you the real advantage in today's market. You deserve the best, so take the steps, and we'll talk to you soon. Now back to the show.
Paul, what are your thoughts? What are some cost-effective things you could do to prep your home for the best value if you're going to market?
I think I've heard sconces more in this podcast than I have in the last 10 years. I think a lot of times just blowing off the gravel and getting all the dirt and the sticks and leaves out of the gravel is a huge thing. New mulch, bright new colored mulch in a flower bed or under the bushes, that can go a long way. Hides a lot of issues too.
Bryson just trimmed our tree and put new mulch and everything. And I was like, looks like a new place out here.
Yeah.
Like
and the mulch is what, like $7 or $8 a bag?
It's like nothing. Yeah. It's, I mean, that's a super effective way to really change what your yard looks like. So if you're talking curb appeal, you can make.
Well, it's like, and maybe you can't plant flowers yet because it's too cold. Throwing some fresh mulch down will still make it look better. And then you can always add the flowers in later.
Yeah.
Or put your pots on top of the mulch. Yeah. Also, clean off your patio furniture, wherever that is. Those are the things that always get super dusty. As soon as you sit down on them, that big cloud of dust pops up. That's kind of our spring cleaning.
That's like something, though, is like if you just invest in the covers, not nice ones, just cheaper ones, it does. I feel like just the maintenance, whenever you maintain the things you already have, it makes a world of difference.
Yeah. So much cheaper.
It's cheaper. It's so much cheaper in the long run. It seems counterintuitive to spend, maybe $100, $200 on these covers. But I mean, we have them for all of our outside chairs and for our fire pit outside. And whenever we pull it off, it's just a quick wipe down. It's not actually having to
we have a fire pit that's probably 12 years old and we have a cover on it. It's brand new when you take it.
Exactly.
It really is.
Yeah. It makes a really big difference. So even though you're spending a little bit more up front, you're not having to replace these things.
Right. They'll last you forever.
Yeah. Well, and I was just thinking about power washer. I think I bought my power washer for like $80. And I have used the heck out. I mean, I have power washed out my garage multiple times, front steps, stone, sidewalks, backyard. I mean, that power washer, $80.
We put ours to work.
Yeah, that thing is a little workhorse. Yeah. You could buy some of those little extended. I mean, so you're not breaking the bank there. I mean, $80 nowadays is going out to dinner. I mean, literally one dinner for a couple.
2 people. Yeah.
For a couple, not for 4.
With no appetizers.
And no drinks.
Yeah, it's water, honey. We're ordering water.
We're sharing water.
We're sharing water. That's right. We're going to split a lemon. So some tools like that, a power washer just comes to mind, is probably one of the most valuable tools you can get as a homeowner, because you can take care of 90% of your exterior with just that.
I also think there's something to be said with getting to know your neighbors, and maybe you have the power washer and they have the aerator, and if you just kind of start community and sharing these things, it becomes even more cost effective.
Yep. In fact, that's a good friend of mine just lives street over. Ben, can I borrow your power washer? I'm like, heck yeah, you can. And then the next time I needed something from him, I forgot what it was, maybe the little compressor or something. He was dropping it off for me. So yeah, there's a lot of truth to that for sure. What about windows?
Clean
Is it worth it to spend some money on windows? Try to do it yourself. I mean, if you got a 2-story, hard to get up on a ladder, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're a professional. But we hire ours out because we have those 2-story windows, and it is.
You have the tilt ones, right?
Nope. Ours are the sliders, or they're just fully closed.
We do once a year. We pay someone to clean our windows because we have the really high ones in our living room. And it's crazy. You don't realize how dirty they are until they're clean. You're like, oh, that's what the sky looks like.
After winter, after wintertime when the wind's been blowing and, dirt's been blowing, and you don't realize how dingy they look. Yeah. But now that it's spring and if you're going to show your house, you want the windows, the blinds open, the curtains open, you want them crystal clear, you want that sun shining in.
I will say, living in New Mexico, I'm going to wait till early summer to do that, because we're about to get into wind season.
Yeah.
So there's things that I might not necessarily do in the spring, but kind of put it on the spring cleaning list. Like, and I think we've talked about it before. Like, I love New Year's resolutions. I love spring cleaning. Like, I like just anything that's like new and fresh and excited. Yeah, I love that. So we've been doing our spring cleaning now and just going through, we have these built-in shelves in our closet. We went through all of those and got it all cleaned, and it just already feels so much better in there. It was feeling so messy, and then went through all of our drawers in our kitchen, and you just don't realize until you're like wiping it out. You're like, oh, food is like kind of falling in here. And it just really makes a difference. Bryson went and deep cleaned the garage. He's a little bit different though. He's like vacuuming out the garage lines. I'm like, calm down there. That's a little too much. But
take it down.
And now we're doing our yard. Like it is nice just to have like a fresh start to things.
Yeah. And it feels good too. I mean, it feels good as an owner to be able to do those things. Paul, what are your thoughts on garages? How deep do you go on a garage?
Well, I personally, that's kind of like the catch-all for us. I've never used the garage as like a workstation. This is the first house I've had where we could park the car in it. So it's always been storage for me. But I like to be able to walk around the vehicles and stuff. So
Bryson like cares about the garage, like but we have a neighbor like diagonal across the street from us. It looks like a showroom, and he always leaves his garage doors open, and Bryson's like, he's just showing off how it is. But Bryson's always like, if someone is taking care of their garage, then they're taking care of the rest, because it is like kind of a forgotten space.
Yeah.
So
it speaks to kind of a bigger thing.
Could be.
My garage is a mess right now, but spring cleaning's coming. And that would be something that would be on my radar.
It is on mine as well.
Yeah.
I was going to say the screens on the windows, cleaning the screens. I think I'm going to be doing that this weekend.
Yeah.
Just pop those things off and
spray them off
and spray them down.
Yeah. Unless you're my kid, then just punch a hole through it and boom, there you go.
That's only if you're trying to get into the house, right?
He was getting on the roof.
Oh,
yeah. He was. So we bought, since they're on the second story and there's only one way to get out of the house, I got them all the hanging ladders. So they each have one in their closet hanging up on their thing. So if they needed to, and I was showing them how to do it, and they were really concerned about the screen. I said, it's easy. You could, if it's an emergency, you just punch through it. It's not going to stop you. I come back 2 days later, I'm driving up home and I see a bunch of boys on my roof, and they just squat down because I have that flat roof that they can. And I go to the back, I'm like, Bryson, you know where the kids are? They're upstairs. I said, you are sort of right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were just, and I was like, why did you do that? He's like, I just wanted to see if it was actually easy. I'm like,
yeah.
And then they climbed out and climbed up on the roof.
Oh my gosh.
They didn't take the ladder out, thank goodness, because it's like one of those things, like once you open it, it's open. But yeah, they just climbed off on the roof.
Holy moly.
Man.
Life with boys.
Yeah, boys. Well,
that was kind of the least of my problems at my house.
I was one of four, so I get it. I remember my grandmother coming out and being like, what are you guys doing out there? Oh, we're just smashing a battery with a hammer. She's like, oh, okay. And we said it in a way she was like, she didn't listen to what we were doing. And next thing you know, someone smashed it and stuff went in someme's eye and the fire truck. Yeah, it was bad. But we were like, well, we told you what we were doing.
She's like,
I heard, but I did not hear. Yeah. Like, so, I totally get it. Other things maybe on the inside of the home that you can do that doesn't cost a lot of money to prep.
I got one. Clean your grout lines. It goes back to the cleaning, but it's a little bit more work because you have to clean it and then you have to reseal it. So it is more work, but.
Are you talking about the grout lines in your shower?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I got a few years ago is one of those steam mop things. And it's amazing. The kitchen floor, I started kind of doing it, maybe, I don't know, every couple of months. And it looks like a brand new floor every time you do it.
Yeah.
Like you don't realize what it really looks like.
I think a steam cleaner is just as a good of an investment as a power washer. Because if you get those little attachments, you can clean
anything, every nook and cranny,
especially like the windowsills.
Everything, all those gross places you don't want to be scrubbing for a while.
It just instantly,
steam it right out.
Yeah, it just goes off. It's crazy. I do think if you're going to clean your grout lines, you do have to reseal them every once in a while because they get kind of porous. But everywhere, shower, bathroom, kitchen, wherever you have them,
clean the grout lines.
Yeah, recalk around things.
Caulking's pretty simple. I mean, YouTube
and cheap.
goes a long way, and it's pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You can go a long way with caulking.
Yeah.
And it's not that big of a...
And it protects from the mold. So it's double faceted.
It also goes from looking like you have a place that's unkept and might have some issues going on to something that looks tidy and possibly was just redone. Like you can make your bathroom look new.
Yeah.
New caulking. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
Mhm.
Just the little stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing has to be, I actually think, I mean, I don't really love the brand new gray, everything's gray and everything looks the same. I like a little character in a house. I don't want people putting in the exact same things for everything, but if something is broken or dingy, replace that one thing and then just maintain the rest of it. A good maintained home is understated. And I think the older generations really put a lot of value into maintenance. Mm-hmm. And I think that has kind of fallen away, but it is something that isn't intuitively known. You do have to learn how to do it. Someone has to teach you or you have to learn. So it's no shame in it. It's just something you practice and you get better at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it speaks so much to how you've maintained your property over the years, because we're working with buyers. I mean, instantly, if you see, the leaves that are built up and you see the dirty fixtures and the baseboards need to be clean. When you walk up to the front door, there's paint and the handle's a little wobbly. That sets the tone. And so when the inspection report comes, let's say they do move forward with that property, the inspection report comes, they're hammering you on everything because they're like, this has been deferred, that's been deferred. It's not like the person that has everything neat and tidy throughout the entire property. And then you get a few things on the end. They're like, oh, you know what? I'll take care of it after the fact. It's not a big deal. They've taken care of everything else. I mean, it goes a long way. You see it all the time in inspections. How often do you walk into a property that is neat and tidy and you go, wow, this thing is totally deferred to the mechanical system?
So I went, it's neat and tidy in the mechanical.
Yeah. And then the opposite is
never.
Yeah. You don't.
So I will say I went, usually older homes, you have decades of deferred maintenance. I went into an older home last week that I was searching for something wrong with it. These people have taken such good care of it. I mean, once it goes on the market, it should be gone. But you can tell just walking up to the front door if a house is going to be well maintained or not.
And that's I think we've kind of gone in the mindset of starter homes are these fixer-uppers. And I think starter homes should be the older homes, a little bit smaller, but very well maintained, because then they can just practice doing it. If you're going to your first house and you have to redo everything and you don't even know where to start, and maybe you get the paint and the flooring done, you're like, oh, it does feel like new. Then you just aren't learning how to keep up with the house because you are already having to do everything. And I think that's one thing we are drastically missing in the market is these older homes that have been maintained. Mm-hmm. I don't see it very much. You walk into a house and you could wow, this house has been really well maintained. I don't say that very much. It's kind of, especially for the older houses, because time does just wear. That just is what it is, but it makes such a big difference.
Yeah. What you just described was me when I first bought my home in the early 2000s, and it was just a bachelor, right? And I painted the inside of the house, but the outside needed trim and this, that, and the other. I mean, it was so daunting for me because I'd never owned a property before and I didn't know what to do. And so I'll never forget when, after I got married, we got a game plan together and we're like, okay, then we're going to do this, that, and the other. And this lady walked by, and I had lived there now for 70 years. And she goes, oh, did you guys buy the house? Are you fixing it up? And I'm like, no, I just got married.
We have never seen you out in this yard before.
This is, it's going to be something totally different here in a while. But if you're not taught or you don't self-teach how to do these things, it's daunting. It can be totally daunting for a lot of people. So having a leg up with someone that takes care of their home, and you're buying into that, you're buying that property takes you a long way.
I think people probably dismiss the fact too that it actually, like you say, it's cheaper to maintain than it is to replace. And a lot of people move in and just kind of let it ride during the time that they're there. But getting regular maintenance on your heating system and, having a plumber over maybe to just, clear out the lines every couple of years, or having your septic tank, even though it's not causing you problems, just still get it pumped every couple of years. those things go a really long way. I actually have kind of an incredible thing to tell you guys, and you probably won't believe me, but so the house that I live in is an old farmhouse. It's a family house, and we went in and renovated, and we replaced a lot of the components in the house, but we tried to restore most of what was there. The hot water heater that is in the house that I currently live in, which is extremely nice hot showers, is from 1980.
Holy moly.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Still works. Never has failed us.
46-year-old hot
doesn't
water
make
heater.
noise. So when people say, well, it's at the end of its functional life, it's 8 years old, we're going to have to replace that. Take care of it. I mean, some things can still break even when you're taking care of it, but when you take care of things, they do last. We see heaters and hobes that are 50 years old and still keeping them warm.
If you see the gaskets are getting a bunch of buildup on it, just replace them. They're a few cents.
That's right.
They're so cheap.
Yeah. Don't wait until the whole thing is run down and then replace the whole unit.
Yeah.
Take care of those little maintenance items because these things will they'll keep going. A functional life on a car is only like 12 years, but we have cars that are 100 years old that are still on the road and driving.
We just replaced the rubber trim around our shower door because ours it was starting to get a little bit bent.
Like the sweep kind of thing?
It was getting bent and then water was starting to run out. It was easy to clean up. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I was like, this will be a problem.
Yeah.
This will turn into mold. This will get in our crawl space. Yeah. We just spent a few dollars and 30 minutes.
What about ducts? Your registers, your heat registers and things like that. You walk into a house and they've got this full of, dust that's built up.
One of my biggest pet peeves. And mine is, I think I noticed because mine's right by my front door. It's I walk past it all the time. And we have dogs. So I'm always over there with the vacuum.
Vacuuming that thing out. Yeah. You see that a lot, Paul?
I'm not that tall to get up and look at the ducts.
But the floor registers?
Yeah, they're usually, a lot of times, they're dirty.
Yeah, and you can a lot of people don't know this. They've lived in the house for 10 years. You can just pull them up.
Yeah, you just lift it and you can get all in there.
Yeah.
And even we took them in our old house. We pulled them up, washed them, and spray painted them.
Yeah.
And put them back down.
Oh, I was going to say same for your washer and dryer. Those are really easy to clean out, but you have to clean out the ducts. It's a fire hazard too. You need to get in there with a vacuum once a year, get it all cleaned out. You can have the front of most washers, you pull them out, you open up the valve and it just spits out all that dirty water and you can give it a good clean. It will make everything last much longer.
So one of the things in spring cleaning that I would say to do is filters. Your whole house filter, your in-unit filters, your appliance filters, just anything that has a filter in it, just replace it. Smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector batteries, all those things. As you open the house up for the summer, as you shut it down for the winter, it's the best time to do all those things because that's about how often you should do them.
Yeah, have a rotation on that. Maybe in the springtime, replace your batteries and filters. In the fall or going into winter, you can replace your other things, your light bulbs and things like that. So have a rotation. But yeah, staying up on I think is the biggest thing. We're winding down on time. I'm going to go around to each of you, put you on the hot spot. Top 3 things that are most affordable to do to improve your sellability value as a seller. Shannon, coming to you first. What are your top 3?
I would say maintenance. Keep up on any deferred maintenance, like we're talking chip paint, things like that are around the house. Clean up all the prints and marks and stuff around the door jambs and things like that, and the light switches and down the hallways and everything. Changes the feel from being a dirty, unmaintained house to being tidy and well kept. And I would say the curb appeal on the outside, wash it down, spray it down. People are going to feel more confident in that purchase when they walk up to it and they feel like they love it rather than they feel like they can't touch anything there until they're going to have to buy it and do a bunch of cleaning and work.
I've got a wipey for you.
Yeah.
After the show.
Yeah.
Aspen, top 3 things.
Pretty much the same. Cleaning, and whether that's baseboards, windows, just give inside cabinets, closets, give everything a really good deep clean. I think painting, like any touch up for any paint, inside, outside, your fence really makes a big difference. And then the third thing, I'm going to say, I'm keeping on the, free, pull your weeds. Go in there, just pull all the weeds, clean it all up. It looks so much better.
Yeah.
A lot better. Paul, your top 3 things that you would tell a seller to do that are low cost, high value
For the spring?
for the spring?
Clean up the yard. Clean up after your dogs, or your animals. And then I think the windows. I mean, we neglect the windows at my house, but windows are a big thing because I go into houses every day. Well, we all do, but I'm in houses every day, and I can't tell you how many times. I don't know if the window's dirty or if the seal's broken. Just clean the windows.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it a couple of times a year, the windows last longer too. And clean out the tracks. That's the one thing too. You have rooms where you never open the windows, and all of a sudden they get stuck, and you have so much junk in those window wells. That's where you need to be cleaning.
Yeah, good point. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to round us out with my top 3. First and foremost, clean the exterior of your home. The curb appeal is so important when you walk up. Make sure that curb appeal is dialed in, the bushes are trimmed. And I'm going to take it a step further. You know, sconces, Paul? You've heard that word before, sconces? They're pretty inexpensive, and you can hire an electrician for a couple hours to replace a few sconces. It makes a world of difference to your curb appeal. Touch up paint your front door. Make sure that entry is nice and clean. Do your windows. That would be number 2, in my opinion. Make sure those windows are cleaned all the way through. It makes a huge difference. You don't think it will, but it does when it's done. And the third thing would be the inside, all the details, the grout, the caulking, the baseboards, things like that. Just roll your sleeves up, put a little bit of work into it. By the end of it, don't focus on the task. Focus on how you'll feel when it's done. Makes it a lot easier. And sure enough, when you're done with that, it'll feel amazing. So those are our thoughts on some of the best things you can do to improve your sellability, your value, your overall appeal for your home going into spring if you're looking to list. So thank you for listening to this episode. We've had a great conversation. Appreciate all the input from the members here at the Lions Group. If you like our content, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We love that. Leave a comment on our videos. Tell us what you think. Share your thoughts and ideas on what are some of the things that you do to prep your home for spring. And of course, you can go to sjcbroker.com and schedule a private consultation with any one of us here at the Lions Group. We'd love to sit down with you, whether you're buying or selling, and give you an advantage in today's market. Thank you for listening to this episode. Until next time, we'll see you then. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Den, powered by the Lions Group. Hit the subscribe button to keep informed and check the show notes below for direct links to our buyer and seller video series. The buyer and seller video series can give you an inside track on taking the right steps in real estate. If you'd like to learn more about the Lions Group or to schedule a consultation, go to sjcbroker.com. Complex markets require complex strategies. The Lions Group can give you a true advantage in any market. Whether you're buying or selling, residential or commercial, contact us directly at sjcbroker.com. We're time-tested experts with a client-first approach, and we'll see you next time in the Den.